On the 10th day of Christmas, my Pharaoh gave to me some leather pants upon my booty. Hello there, ordinary people. I hope you're having an extraordinary holiday season. Your Christmases could never compare to mine, of course. As a young Pharaoh, I would be festooned with gifts from here to the other side of the world. I bet you've never been festooned with anything. Y'all ever been festooned? Feels great. My toons have been thoroughly fested. This December, I'm celebrating some of my most memorable victims and the circumstances surrounding their untimely demise. Today, we're gonna look at Panic. I know I said memorable victims, but this guy might be stretching the definition a tad. The only thing I remember about this guy is it took me 2 episodes to beat him on the DVD, but only 1 episode on television. It's weird, look it up. Panic committed the unholy act of kidnapping my Valentine's breasts and also the rest of her so that he could challenge her boobies to a doobie. A doolby. A duel before sunrise, that is. Nailed it. After this player killer took my starships, I stepped up and offered to defend Mai's honor, which up until that point had been negligible due to perfume-based trickery and Rex Raptor shenanigans. Panic attempted to bamboozle me by implementing the power of darkness and shadow to hide the monsters he was employing in our card game tete-a-tete. But unfortunately for him, Darkness is my middle name. And my first name. My name is Yami Darkness Yugi. Move over, Shadow the Hedgehog. There's a new adorable edgelord in town. And he's not played by Keanu Reeves. Not yet, anyway. Wait for the live-action Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie. As I took on the challenge of the duel while simultaneously teaching everyone a very important lesson about getting bullied at school or something, which is a really funny thing considering how 9 times out of 10 my response to bullies was to literally murder them. Panic pulls out the big guns. Flamethrowers, that is. But unfortunately for Panic, I've spent far too much time being flamed online for any of this to remotely faze me. I won the card game by employing the classic, often used shoot a guy on a horse off a turtle catapult at a floating castle so it drops on him after a bunch of magic swords disappear strategy. Comes up all the time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Judges know all about this one. And then Panic had the natural response of trying to burn me to a crisp. Pretty mature reaction from a guy who collects trading cards and bullies other people who do it, so I mind-crushed him. I studied human physiology back in ancient Egypt, so of course I know as well as anyone that the brain is stored in the chin, meaning that this guy had a nice big juicy one that could absorb a big old crush of the mind. Unfortunately, I learned later that this wasn't the case, and I popped his regular-sized brain like a bit of old bubble wrap. Just as satisfying too, if I'ma be honest. New ASMR sound unlocked. The popping of people's collective brains as I wave my hands at them. In the manga, Panic dies by falling down a hole like he's a criminal being hanged at the gallows. In both situations, nobody seems that concerned about a guy dying right in front of them, or my apathy toward it. But hey, to quote esteemed Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn, you live by the children's card games, you die by the children's card games. Pretty sure that's what he said. That and Anakin! Tell them to take off! Speaking of taking off, that's my cue to love ya and leave ya for yet another notch on this morbid bedpost. Come back next time where we'll talk about someone worth remembering their dismembering. And for the record, when it comes to the character of Panic, I agree with the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't. And whether you're in the shadow realm or the cold, heartless void that is reality, try to have a happy holiday season. Or else.